How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of the Great Ace Attorney Resolve. Last time, freaking Shamspear was murdered by poison, I think. And we are now going to investigate. Still really upset that dude is just dead. I was kind of hoping that he would stick around longer, but whatever.
Jesus Christ.
That was loud.
Discord.
But anyway, yeah. And Soski is here too. So that's great. Well, let's see what we could do.
No.
Yes, we must pick out the keywords in Mr. Sholmes' quite brilliant deductions. And discreetly exchange them for something that makes a little more sense. If we can do that,
We'll die.
I'm sure we'll arrive at what Mr. Sholmes meant to say in the first place. Probably.
In that case, are you ready for the second performance of the day?
No.
Once again, my dear fellows, we all continue to delight and wonder, let the curtain rise on my balls. Hello, Sholmes' Logic Reason Spectacular Act 1. Thank you guys so much for coming to my logic and reasoning deduction.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of my logic and reasoning. Today, we are going to talk about topic 1, cause of death. It was me, I did it.
Welcome to my TED Talk. Yeah, Foreman. You're clearly insane. And that's about it. That's all I got.
Meaningful, indubitably.
Was he about to eat the soap? Oh, fucking idiot. You don't eat soap.
Maybe he was about to clean out the inside of his mouth.
Well, you can't deny that a fork implies the man was eating something, or about to eat something.
Yes, that's true. If I were to decide to eat some soap, I should prefer to use a fork than to attempt it with chopsticks.
Yeah. And of course, only half of the bar of soap is left on the plate.
Personally, I'd unhinge my jaw like a snake and swallow it whole.
Look at Soski.
Soski, what?
What are we talking about?
Oh,
This is you.
I didn't realize you were still speaking.
But might there not be some other explanation? Something material that proves whether or not a man really ate some soap.
Soski looks done.
He's like, what
Like,
the hell?
this bitch.
This is...
Move this spittle.
the teacup is the only... Oh, and the fork.
What about his foot or his hat? Oh, another soap.
Oh, what the hell?
The other piece, maybe he accidentally chopped it in half.
Of course, the fork.
Take that!
Other piece of soap.
Oh shoot.
Anyway.
Piece of soap.
Could it be that the man was about to eat it? Of course. The other piece of soap reveals the answer. It being the other half of the soap on the table. In short, the victim was not eating soap at all.
Why is it
I was
so
just testing
long? That's the longest bar of soap I've ever seen in
Yeah.
my life.
It's obvious, really, for no depths of hunger to drive any man to attempt to eat soap.
Except for me.
Even I, with my unquenchable thirst for practical knowledge, took only a single
What is
bite.
wrong with you?
But that begs the question of how the man was poisoned, because there's no sign of any food on the table. An excellent observation, my dear. Mr.
My
Naruhodo,
dear.
and one that furnishes us with the answer we seek. For London's foul soap is besmirched by foul poison. Yes, the victim's sign was claimed by poison. Mr. Sholmes is still pushing the soap argument then. Idiot.
Perhaps he's suggesting the man
Man licked the soap. That was me yawning.
rather
Why
than
would
eat
he do
it.
that? If soap in London is that poisonous, I don't think I'd want to be washing my hands with it. But there are no signs of any food in this room at all.
Of course, food isn't the only thing that passes people's lips,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fork. Was the fork poison?
Yeah, I jam forks in my lips all the time.
Well, I mean, I thought it was gonna be like, he was eating something.
No, I know
and
what you
then-
mean, yeah.
Clearly then, it was the fork that must have been laced with poison. The victim
Oh,
having
the
terrible
teacup?
he licked the fork all over and
Ew.
paid for its rudeness with his life.
Jesus, yeah,
No,
I'd kill him
I
too.
thought he just like,
Ate it
used
like a
the-
normal fucking person.
A theory that can be refuted in short order, you fucking moron. Look at his face. He wants
Why
to
do you
make a
lick your
comedy
fork?
including rouge for the lips. I'm gonna go kiss him now. And there's no hint of rouge on the fork, you idiot. So the fork never touched his mouth.
But it did touch mine.
Mr. Sholmes?
In turn, we indirectly kissed.
Indirect kiss.
It was lovely.
Okay, so I guess it wasn't that. I guess
Probably
the
the
teacup.
teacup. I literally said that!
The cause of death was poison. It was probably the teacup. Give it to me. Oh, wait, I didn't want to look at it. Yes, a Western vessel for a serving of infusions of dried tea leaves.
You have
You
have tea.
teacups?
It's a teacup, Mr. Naruhodo. As you well know, stop putting on airs.
Fuck you, I want to have fun.
You won't have fun.
And it's empty.
I have eyes. So we clearly established that the victim wasn't eating soap when he died. However, there's significant evidence to suggest that he was drinking tea.
No shit. My thoughts exactly.
I want to try making this, like, reading the dialogue over the top, like I'm in a fucking reality TV show. Watch this.
Take that. Teacup.
The teacup.
Yes, the victim's life was claimed.
Yes, the victim's life was claimed by poison that tainted the teacup.
Yeah, where you
Also,
move your,
like-
or you move your mouth like really intense, like
Yeah,
yes, the
move your
victim's
mouth
life
really-
was claimed by the poison that
Move your mouth
tainted
really
the
intensely, and you have
teacup.
to do like tons of hand gestures.
Oh, like fucking what's his face?
Cups have been the vessel of choice for practicing
Oh,
poisoners
like
over
Reagan?
the centuries. Yeah.
Indeed, cups have been the vessel of choice for practicing poisoners over the countries.
And it would appear that the victims drank every last drop. Thirsty fuck. There's Sosuke, what is your problem? There's no sign of food anywhere in the room. Yeah, which leads us
That was
to
funny.
the immutable conclusion.
I wish
I
I could enter a
drank
room
the
like
tea.
that every time.
The cause of death was clearly intoxication
due
to
to
my
ingestion of
due to the poison contained in my balls.
my balls are lethal.
Got him.
Poison in the
tea.
balls. Oh.
Sold.
Souls.
The inspector's like, what the
The
hell is
inspector's
this?
like, I need to go, actually.
I need to go.
Oh.
Alright, I'll proceed to Act 2. We'll be put on the next question. What's this? Sosuke's like, oh, okay, the expression he had a second ago, he was like, finally, he's dead. He just looked like super guilty. The audience will recall that the death occurred during the victim's last supper. Funny. Did the man dine and die alone? The single teacup suggests the answer.
You've heard of dine and dash? You heard of dine and die?
The Western vessel for abused hot drinks again.
The Western custom of dine and die.
It's already featured heavily in our deductions so far.
Yes, we can imagine that shortly before his death, Mr. Shamspear was having a drink of tea, or perhaps a drink of piss. There would be nothing remarkable about that, but what troubles me,
Is you speaking?
yeah,
Is Mr. Natsume's reaction when he heard Mr. Sholmes suggest it? There's more to this deduction.
Why is
than
that teacup speaking?
Yeah, what the hell?
There's more to
What-
this deduction than it seems. Shut the fuck up, teacup.
we must closely examine the scene of the crime again for some more clues.
Yeah.
Get some clues.
Alright,
Let's
well...
clue out. Clue out, guys.
Okay, well, what else would be...
What about the spit stain on the table? Is that anything?
I can't move up or down. What shows that somebody else
What
was
about the other
present?
side? Can you spin? Yeah. What about the extra teacup in his
yeah,
hand?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm like literally good at Ace Attorney now. I've gotten like 3 things right.
Wow. Did the man dine and die alone? This other teacup suggests the answer.
A double suicide.
Yes, there were 2 teacups in this room all along.
This is really weird. Why is there soap on the table?
Yeah,
Why
what
did
the
he
fuck
grab
is
the
going on?
person on the other side's cup? Like,
In other words, this strong indication that at the victim's last supper,
why are we eating soap?
there was a guest present. Why does his silhouette look like Bruce Fairplay?
I know, I was literally about to say his crescent ass.
At the very least, we could say now with certainty.
That I wasn't invited.
I was angry. But someone else was in here in the room last night taking tea with the victim. What are you talking about?
I love you.
Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly, unreasonable. Shut up. To draw a conclusion on such meager evidence would be foolish, however, certainly. In which case, what more can we deduce about this possible guest at the table? Well, allow me to lift the veil of doubt, my dear fuck. Do you mean to say you know exactly who was in the room at the time of the victim's death? Yeah. Indeed, what reveals the answer, of course, is the broken lock. That's more than a broken lock. I'm not sure I like where this deduction is going now.
You mean the explosion?
I'm afraid it's too late to go back to the halcyon days of eating too much soap. I think that's how
You
it's
made up that
pronounced.
word. But the identity of the guest who was here last night when the victim passed away is something I have a very bad feeling about.
Well, you can try to ignore your feelings, but we cannot ignore the truth, Mr. Naruhodo.
No, but I can ignore you. No, I suppose not. Time to take a look around again.
Ah, the mouse
Candle.
hole.
The mouse was the...
That's what. Wait, actually, that would make 0 sense. That's the biggest mouse hole I've ever seen.
Okay, well, what gives away the identity of the last night's visitor?
I mean, maybe the boarded up room? Like the boards? Or the busted
No.
up doorknob?
It's empty.
Really? Empty of liquid, but full of air.
What?
That makes you think, doesn't it?
It makes me think that you're full of hot air. We should be thinking about who else was in the room at the time.
You're a bitch.
You're a...
Bother. Sasato's quip and response was cleverer than my original riddle. I'm the riddler.
Okay, I assume it's the doorknob.
No.
Oh.
At first glance, it seems that the only things in this room are a makeshift stage and the costumes. I overlooked these
This
these
dresser.
3 books initially.
I wonder what they are.
We can't
Let's
read it.
see. The titles read, "You are an idiot." The picture of Monsieur Lecoq.
Hey, wait a
Canterbury
second.
Yearnings.
These are the same books that all,
Yeah.
the green bitch.
A meal for Gabro.
Wait, I'm sure I've heard those titles before.
It could just be an incredible coincidence, but they're in the exact same 3 books that Mr. Natsume purchased the
okay,
other
yeah.
day.
What? Yes, on the day of the unfortunate incident when Screen was stabbed. Sosuke-san had just been to a bookshop and bought them. That's right.
And now those 3 titles are here in the room just before the victim. I changed the line.
Yeah, Mr. Natsume claims never have been here before.
What a liar.
What does this mean, do you think?
I really don't know what to make of it.
What the fuck?
Whose glasses are those?
Nice candle. Did they make it for men? Even if Mr. Shamspear... Wait, he didn't eat candles.
We've already established that he didn't eat soap either.
Well, I wasn't talking about that now, was I? Do you think perhaps the guest brought this candle here last
guest?
night?
Even if he
Yes.
or she did, does it reveal anything about the guest's identity?
Good point. There goes my idea. Fuck me, I guess. Snuffed out like that candle will be.
If you sigh so deeply, Mr. Naruhodo, you're in danger of blowing out the flame.
Who cares?
Sit on
Alright,
it.
so it's probably gonna be the books.
The books.
Oh dear, the latch is most definitely broken, isn't it?
Thank you for telling me, I couldn't see it.
The door was kicked in by Mr. Natsume according to Mr. Garadeb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knew his short, thin little legs had so much strength in them?
I'm not sure the length of his legs is in any way significant here.
Perhaps this says more about the poor state of the door than about Mr. Natsume's strength, actually.
Careful. If he overheard that remark, he'd almost certainly have a lively response.
By killing me. I don't know. Can this broken lock really tell us anything about who's here? No, it's the books.
Take that!
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Indeed. What reveals the answer is the pile of books. Quite so, it's no mere coincidence that these 3 titles are here in this room is the length of the truth. Mr. Natsume, you purchased these books 4 days ago at a secondhand bookshop. That's just a coincidence. Oh, yeah, okay, big boy. In that case, you'll be able to bring the same 3 titles from your own room, will you not? This very moment.
Oh, freak it out.
No, never! Non-negotiable! If you can't bring your own copies here, it proves that these 3 books are in fact yours. What the... Having purchased the books 4 days ago and returned to your lodgings, you were arrested the very next day. So you could conceivably have brought the books here on that evening, but you never mentioned that. In other words, you could only have brought these 3 books here to the victim's room. What is happening?
What is going on?
Why is this?
Why did he walk like that?
This deduction is so like animated
I
compared to
know.
the other ones he's done. Last night, having returned to your lodgings after the trial concluded at the Old Bailey. You. He just snapped. In short, there is only one possible conclusion. You fucking murderer. The victim died here in his room last night as a result of poisoning. And that same night, the victim had a visitor. And that visitor...
It's me.
Isn't this bad? Was you, Mr. Sosuke Natsume.
You're going to jail again.
Yeah, he was already the initial suspect.
I know. And bro's really getting hauled off again. He just got out too.
Thus concludes the final act of Sherlock Holmes' great deduction.
So I'm really sorry to say this, buddy, but you go to jail. Sorry, mate.
Wow. Sosuke Natsume, that's the
Natsume.
scene. This doesn't change
This
much.
sucks.
Like, okay, yeah, we established you were there. This doesn't undo the fact that you're a suspect still. Elementary.
He goes back to Sasuke and he's like, so yeah, basically I'm not a suspect.
Not again, not again, not again. Not again!
He's so dumb.
That's a new sprite.
Oh, well then, Mr. Natsume, you're going to jail.
Yeah, let's fucking go. I'm done. Or it appears you're gonna have to accompany me down to the yard. Again.
I feel like Gregson either shits all the time or is so constipated because he only eats one food.
Yeah. But wait! I'm gonna shit in your mouth and keep talking.
That's the
Hold
highest
your
offense.
horses! What horses, bucko?
I eat those too.
Yes? Door! Key! Locked! Entry, exit entirely impossible! He's so flustered, he's being even stranger than
I was gonna
normal.
say that one didn't even make any sense.
I'm gonna rip your hand off. What? You think that's an alibi? You could've just made a copy. What? You live in the same building after all. You'd have plenty of opportunity, I'm sure. But
Nothing.
misery me! Sorry, sir. We'll get your chance to give your side of the story later. The facts speak for themselves, Mr. Mustache. You horrible Sherlock Holmes!
What'd you
He really
call
has
me?
found himself an arch rival now, hasn't he? Come on now, no dilly-dallying. Outside, there's a carriage waiting. Look upstairs, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, fuck you!
He's going Super Saiyan. Oh.
I never imagined I'd be in this position again, but... You have to help me, please! Please!
Even though he
I'm
essentially
innocent.
just helped you become the suspect again.
Yeah. Alright, I understand. We'll come to your cell later and talk about it.
But still gotta go to your cell.
And one more thing. Oh, yes?
Fuck you.
My poor little kitty cat. Please give him his breakfast for me. Sure.
Woo goo hoo.
And so, his evil curse still apparently unbroken, Sasuke-san found himself once again the prime suspect in a case of murder. Idiot. Thanks to the incriminating deduction of the great detective, which I helped. Sure, you're welcome, my dear fellow. That honor belongs to you. Wow. Wow. Well, at least that means Inspector Gregson's no longer here. He
Thank
can examine
God.
the crime scene in more detail.
I'm gonna touch everything that was inside. Yes, that's right. And of course,
What?
have you forgotten what the inspector mentioned before? It was the landlord, Mr. Garadeb, who discovered Mr. Shamspear.
Really can't get away from these people.
I know, right?
Ah, Mr. John Garadeb, yes.
No!
Great. So we get to go pay these guys a visit again.
Oh.
I expect we could find him sitting in his sitting room, on the top floor.
It's literally
Sitting-
an empty room
sitting
where
in
he
his
just sits,
sitting room.
he just sits in the center. Right, we must remember to go and talk to him later then.
Isn't that the idea of it's just a room where one person just sits and there's nothing there is so funny.
Alright, guess we're examining everything again. And here we have another disproportionately large machine. This looks like a meter of some kind.
This is a gas meter, I think. Let's punch it. It seems that in this district, residents pay for gas as they use it with coin.
Ah, I see. Yes, now you pointed it out. I can see that there's a slot just here that looks like it would take a coin. So you mean if you put a coin in here?
That's right. That would buy you about 2 hours of gas for lights and heating.
Wow. So if you were a poor person with no money, you just have to sleep in the freezing cold.
Yes, or if you were a scatterbrain with no change because you forgot to exact
Exact
Change
revenge on the
your
fucking
money
society.
on the government. Exchange your money at the bank.
Thank goodness there's no meter in our office. Alright, big boy.
Oh, the poor man. So young to die.
Idiot.
Do you suppose it was a very painful death, being poisoned as he was?
I don't know. All we can do now is hope that he'll be reborn to a better life.
Doubtful. Yes, I suppose you're right. I wonder. You think that putting our hands together in a Japanese prayer will help a British soul?
Sorry? I'm doing it anyway.
I made sure I had a reference at the ready for just such an occasion as this, actually. Ow. This book is entitled The Beginner's Guide to Praying for the Departed.
What?
The British way. I'll just reread it now. One moment.
There's quite a spine on that book, isn't there? Yeah, you have fun with that.
Ah, one of the teacups that Mr. Shamspear and his guest drank from last night.
I hope there's residual poison so I can get some.
Me too. But don't go drinking from them, Mr. Naruhodo. There's bitter poison inside.
I'm not planning on drinking any yet. Don't worry. Anyway, the cups are both empty.
That's true. So one was Mr. Shamspear's,
Another was my grandma.
and the other must be the cup that Mr. Natsume was drinking from.
Basosuke-san was a poison, of course. Perhaps we should take these so we can examine them in more detail later. Take them? Alright.
Yeah, let's just take the crime scene. That runs in the family.
Alright. Alright, my controller is like flipping the fuck out. Look at these extravagant bright costumes. A. Somehow they look out of place in this room, with its grim shady goings on.
This one looks like a king's attire.
A king? I've always dreamt of being a king.
Oh, I think you'd be more suited to a feudal lord. A daimyo or such like.
Oh my god.
With
With
a
a-
chonmage top knot?
Shonmage top knot? Every Japanese man wishes he had a... Yeah.
Oh, you'd look so wonderful with one, and you already have the sword.
Can you imagine what would happen if I walked around the streets of London with a shonmage and a sword? I probably butchered the fuck out of that.
No, I don't think you did. Because I don't think I did. So,
Till somebody in the comments goes,
yeah. I'd be
Wrong.
like, actually go fuck yourself. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Skin you alive. Anyways.
There's not much on these shelves.
there.
Is there? Just this wine glass and a bottle.
Glass him.
And both of them are cracked.
Oh, like my soul.
Like me
Yeah.
at Fortnite.
Not much use, are they? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, I was just reminded of the Reaper.
That's all.
Yeah, he's
what
gonna-
the fuck?
The
Oh,
Reaper.
okay. The actual.
the Grim
like,
Reaper?
I thought they were talking about the Grim Reaper.
Yeah,
So
the
the Grim
Reaper is
Reaper?
about to reap my butthole. Prosecutor Lord Von Zeeks?
No.
Yes, he's so reckless with his wine glasses. I was thinking it's a waste and he should donate some to the needy.
He would never. You can suggest it next time we meet. I will literally end you.
That man spits on the needy. Let's be real.
Absolutely. Wow.
What's this?
It looks like part of an envelope, I think.
Yes, I think you may be right. Perhaps it was torn off by the letter that was opened.
I thought it was a piece of glass. Is that significant?
Well, it's a little out of place, perhaps. When you look around the room, there's no sign of a letter or the rest of the envelope, in fact, is there?
Probably ate it. Ah, she's right.
And yet, here we have the torn off end of an envelope. It just strikes me as unusual.
I agree. I better take this just in case. Yeah.
This is some sort of makeshift stage, I think, isn't it?
Where does the audience sit, though? From the nightly Shakespeare performances.
Actors aspiring to the great stage must practice their art, Mr. Naruhodo, with or without an audience. In fact, on a related note, perhaps you should set up a mock bench for the defense in your office.
What?
Then you could practice your art every single day.
I wonder if Susato is going to end up as a defendant. That hasn't happened yet.
That'd be wild.
I'll think about it. If you promise to don a beard and play the role of the judge.
Well, if that would help you achieve your goal.
This I have to see.
Guilty. What the fuck, Susato?
This is a gas wall light, isn't it? It must have been connected to a gas pipe in the wall. Put my mouth on it.
Gas lights, a gas stove. London really is a city of gas.
Now that I think about it, Mr. and Mrs. Garrett had an open fire on the top floor, didn't they?
Oh yes, you're right. I don't recall seeing a gas stove up there.
Well, I much prefer a real fire anyway. So much cozier. Okay, I thought it was gonna be like them saying like, what if there was just gas lingering around the room, and then they lit a fire in the fireplace, and the
Yeah,
entire
I love
room just
loose
got
gas.
nuked. Like that's what I thought that was going.
Jesus.
All right, I think that's. Oh, my controller is having a stroke. What is wrong with you?
What's happening?
I don't know. Either it's low on battery or it's like getting really delayed. Oh my god.
As we've seen from the outside, the window is completely bricked up.
Bricked up. I see.
Okay.
A vestige of the former window tax that Britons had to pay.
Me when I see bricks.
You wanna see bricks that are up.
What strange things they use the tax in Great Britain? I mean, making people pay for the number of windows they had in a property? It's extraordinary. Weird.
It's heartbreaking to think of that. The poor having to block up their windows just to avoid an unaffordable tax.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I know, that's like still wild to me.
Yeah, what the hell?
Like that's a real thing that happened.
Oh,
What is it? Tomato?
if you call me tomato one more fucking time. If you look closely, a number of the bricks are loose.
Oh, look at that they are.
Let's commit a crime.
Let me just dolphin dive through the fucking brick.
Yeah, and then the cops
What?
being like, oh, you can't unlock that window.
It looks like two green buns are sitting in the wall.
Here's the doubloons. Don't drop them.
It looks as though an amateur has broken out a few of them just here.
Two tasty morsels just left here on the windowsill.
Was it Mr. Shamspeare who did it, I wonder? Being in the lodge and renting his room. Also, I didn't realize that you just made a SpongeBob reference.
Yeah.
The two doubloons.
Two
I just
doubloons.
got that.
Don't drop them.
Don't drop him.
Look at this, Mr. Naruhodo.
I don't remember the context.
Yeah. He was giving Gary a bath, and he was trying to make it, like, amusing, so he turned it into, like, a pirate
I don't know
treasure
why.
trove.
That reminds me of the whole, the one in scene in the movie where it's like, stupid contact. Oh, I found it. Gotta go wash it off. And he runs to the sink with his imaginary contacts.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
Stupid contact.
And there's something on it.
What? Outside? Okay.
Freedom.
It's so cold outside.
Grr.
You can feel it through this gap.
Yeah, grr. It's really cold. It did snow last night. It would be cold, you fucking moron. More importantly,
It's cold outside.
what is it on the ledge out there? What is it? What are those snow-covered lumps?
It's my best friend. It's
Oh.
more bars of soap.
A sad life you lead. Soap? What are bars of soap doing
Yeah,
lined up
this
on a
is
ledge?
really weird. Why are there so
Why?
many bars of soap?
He's a clean freak?
I have no idea. But the pair of them look rather charming like that.
It keeps the dirty bubble away. Still, that's very strange, isn't it? Bars of soap lined up outside the window? I think perhaps we should take one. There are two after all.
It's the cleanliness villain.
Oh dear. I suppose we could. Oh, what's this? Look, here at this soap.
It's clean. Oh,
What?
what is that? Is that a wax seal?
I don't know.
Oh, do you see in the middle there? There's a patch that's a different color. It's sort of transparent, but
Some sort of fancy design, I suppose. Only in Great Britain. That's a seal that has poison, and he was using whenever he washed his dishes. The poison
Oh,
seeped
and then
into the
he
cup.
ate off his fork and drank off his cup and then died.
it
Wow.
looks like a Hinomaru
Yeah.
Hinomaru flag of Japan, don't it? Ain't that wonderful?
The heart of the heartland.
Hard land, gee.
It's probably a very expensive brand.
Expensive. What's it doing in this ramshackle old room? Interesting.
Interesting.
Oh, okay, we're done.
Interesting.
Looks like. Who's
Oh.
that? Looks like having a good stupor on it. Oh, okay.
Oh,
you're
the
back.
Scotland Yard.
Inspector Gregson, back so soon. I'm gonna fucking skin you.
Right, maybe we take it back a couple steps. That's for me to say, not you.
After I threw a little Japanese fella in the clink, I went and reported this to the investigation division. Oh man, I had a hoot. In a 5 minutes time, this place will be cordoned off by the yard.
So give me all
Oh,
that shit you just
I
put in your
see.
pockets, because
Well,
I saw that.
We better be leaving then.
With all this evidence. Whoopsie.
Poor Mr. Natsume must be feeling very low being back in his cell again so soon.
I'm sure.
What the hell was that? Whoa,
What the fuck? We should probably go and...
What the fuck? He's alive? What is happening right now? That
Does
was
that
wild.
mean- Okay,
Wait.
finally.
Oh my
That
god, this is
means-
crazy.
What's wrong, Mr. Naruhodo?
Nothing.
What's wrong,
nothing
Normal
at
House?
all. He...
I saw the fork fall and I was like, what's going on? Ew.
Why are you like this?
Ew, I'm freaked out.
Why are your
Ew,
movements...
ew, ew, ew.
Out, brief candle, lies but a walking shadow, a poor player
Somebody come get this guy.
that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more.
I don't like this.
Why am I foaming? Now, how sounded the next part? What the fuck? It is a tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Why are you finishing
Indeed.
it?
Oh, happy day! I love.
Oh.
What the fuck is
Is
going
he
on?
actually dead now?
What? Walking Dead!
Is he dead for real now, or... That was creepy.